Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. I hope that all of you are good and safe and sound at home. Students, yesterday, as you know, that we started the topic that is active and passive voice of present continuous tense. I told you that what is the difference between active voice and passive voice. There are two voices basically, right? What more is I told you that what is the structure and what are the rules basically we need to follow while changing the voice, right? The active voice into passive voice. And we have also dealt with the affirmative sentences, the structure we need to follow in the affirmative sentences. If you are changing the voice of affirmative sentences, you need to change the structure of the sentence as well, right? And after that I gave you the diary, the exercise in your diary. I gave you that you need to practice that and write that exercise on your notebooks as well. But here we are to continue that topic, and we are to talk about what the negative sentences, the structure of negative sentences. As you know that negative sentences are the sentences in which we use not. When we are negating something, we don't want to do something, we just use this one word not in our sentences. So over here there is a sentence, he is not writing a letter. Now this is the active voice. As you can see, this is the present continuous tense and the negative sentence of it, right? The structure over here is subject is here, he, helping verb is according to the subject, then comes not after helping verb, then first form plus ing, and a letter is here, object. This is the simple one structure which is called the active voice, which we have been using for many years. Now if you want to change then this one voice active into passive voice, you are to change the structure of the sentence. Firstly, I told you that in the previous one lecture that there are certain rules. The first one rule, I told you that you need to replace the object with the subject. First you are to write the object here, a letter was here, object. Then I told you in the affirmative sentences that is being, are being, and am being are used over here in the affirmative sentences, right, while making the passive voice. But here this one is the negative sentence, you are to focus on this one word as well. So here actually we use not, or we write not after is, am and are, and then we write here being after using this one word not, right? Is not being, are not being, am not being, right? And after that comes the rest of the sentence. This will remain the same, like third form of verb, by, and after that the subject, which we have actually replaced with the object, right? This one is the structure we need to follow while changing the active into passive voice. And here we are talking about the negative sentences, right? He is not writing a letter, it will become like or change like this one, a letter is not being written by him. Alright, I hope that students the structure is clear. This is the exercise you are to write on your notebooks and practices as well. Let me read these for you. The active voice, or the first one sentence is, Bilal is not chopping vegetables. Passive is, vegetables are not being chopped by Bilal. Active is, our team is not winning the match. Passive is, the match is not being won by our team. Active is, she is not beating me. Passive is, I am not being beaten by her. I told you the change of pronoun. Look at this. She will become her because we are making here the object, right? Alright. Me will become I because we are converting this one object into subject pronoun. Active is, my mother is not receiving the money order. Passive is, the money order is not being received by my mother. Last one is, Gibran is not eating fish. Passive is, fish is not being eaten by Gibran. So this is the exercise of negative sentences. Students, you are to write this exercise on your notebooks, and after completing that, you need to practice as well, right? Okay, this is the diary for today. Write the given sentences of active and passive voice on neat notebooks and practice as well. You are to write those sentences on your neat notebooks, and after that you need to practice it 2 to 3 times at least, right? So this was all about today's lecture, students. I hope that all of the points are clear. If there is still any ambiguity, you may ask. Thank you very much.